and welcome to MBC News. I'm Dooza Dragonash, your anchor, and I've got a veritable feast of testosterone for you tonight, with the odd bit of estrogen thrown in. And it is an odd bit of estrogen. Okay, Sigmund Learminster, are you here?
I'm here. Good evening.
And Mal Burns-Writer, are you here?
Indeed I am, Dooza.
And Editorial Clarity, are you here?
Yes, I am.
And he is such a naughty boy, ladies and gentlemen. Such a naughty boy. Okay. We can only send our good wishes to Japan and all that the Japanese people are going through. And Elizabeth Taylor died this week, a consummate star. And the Virtual World Best Practices in Education ran for 3 days in Second Life and was streamed for 48 hours onto the net by a three-way collaboration between Treat TV, MetaWorld and Metaverse Television. So, Mal, you were an instigator in all this. How was it?
Well, I thought it was great. It was indeed a marathon, as you point out. Basically, the Australia-Asian shift, followed by the UK shift, followed by the American shift. There was an awful lot going on. Even yours truly gave a keynote, but I don't think Linden Labs liked me because they brought down the sim. But yes, there was a lot of interest, not just to educators, but although it was primarily aimed at educators, being there as it were, there was a lot of discussion about things like hypergrade and various tools and things which would have been interest to almost anybody with a serious interest in virtual worlds.
Sigmund, did you catch any of it?
You know, I didn't, and usually I'm very good at picking up those things, particularly stuff with education. I do try to follow and track, but I missed it. I'm looking forward to catching perhaps some of the presentations afterwards, and hopefully they'll be posting a few of the papers for us all to read, because I do that after most of these big conferences.
Yeah, we've already got all the footage online in various places, and Virtual Ability were also handling transcriptions, so everything that was all the events. There's a transcription of all the text of the events too that will be available.
Okay, so I'll be checking that out.
Yeah, there were some terrific things actually. I was out there for quite a while listening to things, and there were some terrific. I mean, if nothing else, have a listen for the information. I mean, probably you can Google things like VWBPE. Or have a look at Treat or at MetaWorld or, of course, Metaverse Television. So there we are. And now it's over to Lisa Hermano for a report.
Hello, everyone. I'm back and on location. This week, MBC News has been looking at Relay for Life. Relay for Life, for those who don't know what it is an annual fundraising activity for the American Cancer Society. The American Cancer Society Relay for Life is a life-changing event that gives everyone the chance to support people who have battled cancer, remember loved ones, and fight against this disease. Last year, the residents of Second Life raised $222,000 for the cause. This fundraising activity has become an international movement in both real life and Second Life. Already teams are getting ready for this year's effort, and everyone is looking for a bumper year. You can find plenty of information on the events by visiting the Relay for Life in Second Life website. Today we are at Fashion of Life, which is the fashion arm of Relay for Life, and I'm really thrilled to introduce you to Norman Maroon, who is the creator and designer for FM Shoes. Norman, welcome.
Hi, Lisa.
Can you tell me a bit about what you've been doing for Relay for Life this year?
I thought it was a great cause, and I decided to extend my wonderful Hippie Chicks boots that I launched last year, and over 2,000 ladies of SL wear them, and they're sort of flower power boots. So I used the same texture on 6 other ranges of my shoes and boots just for the show. So I've been very surprised and amused and heartened by the amount of ladies who've come to this store within the Fashion for Life Shulman sim and have come away with some nice Flower Power boots and shoes.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, it's an absolute great cause, and Second Life is buzzing with activity in support of it. And is this the first time you've been involved in it?
Yes, it is. I'm still a very new shoe designer within Second Life, but I just thought we all needed to be cheered up a little bit. So I thought lots of shoes in a Flower Power pattern would put a smile on everyone's faces ready for the spring.
Well, you've certainly put a smile on my face, Norman, and I'm sure you have of many women, and especially Relay for Life. So thank you very much for your time. On behalf of Relay for Life, MBC viewers, please link up, spread the word and join in Second Life Relay for Life events. And please, please, please give generously to this great cause. This is Lisa Romano handing back to the studio.
And thank you, Lisa.
Well, the Vanderbilt School of Medicine in Tennessee has invested $1.6 million US, and I'll say that again, $1.6 million US, in a virtual training program hosted in a Second Life environment. Now, the pilot project involved 2 nurses and 10 patients with diabetes. Now, the patients were able to log on and visit a virtual clinic and interact with the medical staff. The aim of the project is to train nurses, but in the long term to provide a venue for actual patients to receive help and guidance without needing to physically go to the hospital. Now, according to the Assistant Dean, Betsy Weiner, of the 10 patients who used this virtual outpatient system, only 1 gave it a negative review.
The Linden Lab's new Vice President of Engineering, Jeff Peterson, has introduced himself as Bagman Linden in the official Second Life blog this week. Peterson has worked with a number of gaming companies, including Sony Online Entertainment and Virgin Interactive Entertainment. He's also worked on platforms such as EverQuest, Star Wars Galaxies, Free Realms and Clone War Adventures, although most of what he had to say was regular corporate fluffy stuff. He did mention just one thing he felt was critical. If there is one thing I've learned about say that again. If there's one thing I've learned about MMO gaming over the years, it is that MMO products have a life of their own, and the player investment in the product is a key aspect of that. Second Life is no different in this regard. So, welcome, Bagman, and let's hope you keep us all up to date with improvements and changes. Now, I'm wondering why he's calling himself Bagman. I think I'm going to have to ask him that.
You see, I couldn't help but think of the old TV show Bagpuss.
Yes.
And those of us who are old enough to remember that will remember Bagpuss, and tragically that will now be the image I have in my head of this poor guy.
Well, it wants a jolly Bagman, isn't it?
I must say, when I saw that, I had to check it wasn't April the 1st, and I slept through. Anyway.
Well, I'm still waiting in hope for humble Linden. But anyway, it's far too late now.
Okay, well, it's no secret that some pet owners treat their animals better than their kids, and that living a dog's life can actually be better than living a human's life in, well, some cases. A man in Cornwall is now offering lifestyles of the rich and famous to chickens. 31-year-old David Roberts is the proud proprietor of the Chicken Hotel in Helston. For poultry, or should I say poultry, £2 per night, chickens can relax in the luxurious surroundings of a Cornish farm while their owners are taking a break in the Maldives. The hotel also offers nursery facilities for newly hatched chicks and an incubator for the unhatched. Well, cluck, 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 cluck. Me.
I worry about Al Burns.
I think we all do. Well, Minecraft, that game that looks something between Lego and a cardboard box that apparently men love and women wonder why, in our experience, has released wolves into the game. Now described as an update to add things that no one knew they wanted by Jordan DeVore, the wolves attack cows, but we are assured that they can be made into pets. I have no clue what that was all about.
Okay, well, Minecraft is it's a game that Lisa Romano was particularly unfond of when sent to explore the game. Came out with a scathing review. I had a look at it, and it is unadulterated pixels in an order, differentiated by slight movement. And when asking various men what they loved about it, I mean, they just go a bit daft, really. So
I'm just surprised that if you have to make a game better by releasing wolves into it to attack cows, you have to question what the value was about it in the first place.
I must say, it just reminds me of Lego, actually, except the pixels are considerably smaller than Lego pieces. But
well, that's what I said. It's like, it does look like Lego and a cardboard box.
Hmm. Okay, well, no full tech spot this week, but what is worthy of note is that Linden Lab, the proprietors of Second Life, aforementioned, have brought out a new beta viewer. Now, the beta viewer is normally just a pre-release version of the next fully fledged viewer that we're coming along. And most interestingly, and quite unexpectedly as far as the community is concerned, it includes a new basic mode. Now, to fire up the basic mode, you've actually got to launch Second Life, the beta viewer, then you've got to choose basic, then you've got to quit, and then you've got to reload it. So there's no sort of hot swapping. Yeah, exactly. There's no hot swapping going on here. But interestingly, the idea of the basic mode is to get new users in and get them to events quick with a very simple interface. And it looks remarkably like the web version of Second Life that was trialed some months ago with a few added features. And I've had a good look at it, and I must say, for once, they seem to have hit the nail on the head. It looks like an extremely good way for getting new people to come into Second Life just to, say, attend an event, be it a conference, a concert, or something like that. So, welcome news there.
Oh, right. We'll go and have a look at it then. Okay, so it's now over to editorial clarity for public service announcements.
Awesome. Alrighty, so got a few things this week. Shoutcast Streams is proud to announce the grand reopening of Music Island on March 26th. The celebration begins at 2 p.m. SLT with Mankind Tracer kicking off the event. Other artists performing at the celebration are Katia Carez, Maximilian Clean, and Jack Streeter, who will be coming out of retirement for one night only and performing all of your favorites. So if you got time to go over to that, then do. Also this Saturday is the Pop Art Lab Machinima Expo 2011. Basically, this was like Pop Art Lab calling all machinima makers to make a video for a song for the band Gianna Factory, who are from Denmark, and their song is called Pixelated Truth. And they got a number of entries, and whoever wins get a 50,000 Linden Grand Prize. They're going to have tons of guest speakers there as well, including Rhett Linden, Toxic Mangas, and Chantal Harvey. So yeah, if you got time to go over to that, if you want more information, you can contact Persia Bravin and she'll give it to you, or you can also go to popartlab.com also. So that starts at 2 p.m. as well. 2 to 5. Fashion for Life ended this week, and after around about a 2-week event, it was a huge success. Harper Beresford, who is one of the leading figures in the Fashion for Life event, announced at the end they raised about 4.75 million lindens over the duration, all of which goes towards Relay for Life 2011. And as a celebration, the organizers and some bystanders streaked naked through some of the Sims. Well, it's a nice way to end it off, isn't it, really? And also, as much as she may not want me to do it, we got 2 birthdays this week. Lisa Romano's birthday was this week, and also we got Deuce's birthday this week. So I thought we should say happy birthday to Deuce and Lisa, both of Metaverse TV, and hope you have a nice birthday, Deuce.
Yay! Happy birthday, Deuce.
Yes.
You're not going to sing then?
Oh,
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Birthday, dear Deuce. And Lisa.
Lisa. Happy birthday to you.
Well, I think that's just adorable, and you deserve a clap, all of you. And having said that, we've come to the end of the news for this week, and we'll see you again next week, we hope. So everybody say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We'll see you all next week.
And anybody who wishes to apply for the choir of Metaverse Television, please do so here. Please line up in front of the news desk.
Quickly.
Good night, all.
And stay safe on MBC. Happy birthday to